Okay, so today we're diving into something a little different.
Oh,
Yeah, we're talking about the Bahama Beach Club.
okay.
And we're going way beyond just like, you know, looking at the brochures.
Right.
We're trying to get a real sense of like what this place is actually all about.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have some of their marketing materials.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they're trying to present this picture of paradise, right?
Oh, of course.
We also have some information about how they recovered after Hurricane Dorian.
Interesting.
Yeah, and we even get to peek into like what it's like to actually stay at one of their luxury condo rentals.
Oh, wow.
So the big questions, like, are we going to find out if this place really is as amazing as they say it is?
Right.
And what does their whole, comeback story tell us about the island and its people?
Yeah. It's a pretty,
It's a fascinating case study.
yeah, for sure. And speaking of fascinating, like you were saying, the marketing materials,
Right.
I think that's a really great example of how you can use language to like really carefully create a very specific emotional response.
Yeah, you're totally right. Like, even just reading through some of this stuff, silken sands, crystalline waters,
Oh, yeah.
they're promising you, like,
Yeah.
a revitalizing escape.
You're instantly, you're there.
You're there.
You know?
You're on the beach.
It sets that scene, right?
Yeah.
For this like luxurious and carefree getaway.
Exactly. It
Okay.
feels exclusive.
Yeah, they're definitely targeting, I think, a certain kind of audience with this.
Oh, absolutely.
Like people who want more than just the beauty of, any beach in the Bahamas.
Right.
They want something that feels
Yeah.
a little more
Private.
private. Yeah, more like
Like elevated.
elevated, yeah.
Like a higher level.
Exactly.
And they really push that exclusive vibe, don't they?
They do, yeah, like with, only having 4 condos per building,
Right.
Fresh seafood. They've got this pavilion restaurant.
Yeah.
Talking of like Bahama Mamas.
Doombe smashes.
Doombe smashes.
Oh, yeah.
It paints a picture of a very specific type of luxury.
Mhm.
Like you're away from all the hustle and bustle.
Yeah. You're away from the crowds.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder a bit about those condos.
Right.
I mean, we're talking spacious kitchens, premium cable, free calls to the U.S. and Canada,
Oh, wow.
high-speed internet, all that stuff.
It's like, that's not exactly roughing it, right?
No.
It's very interesting, I think, the way they kind of bring those two things together.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, they are pushing all these luxury features,
Mhm.
but then they're also located on, what they call
Right.
the best beach in the Bahamas.
The best beach in the Bahamas. Yeah.
So are they selling the amenities?
Right.
Are they selling the location? Or are they doing like this very carefully curated mix of both of those things?
Yeah.
You
It's a good point. It's a good point. But before we get too, swept up in all the luxury,
Right.
let's remember,
Right.
this is the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
And behind these beautiful pictures
Uh-huh.
is the reality of Hurricane Dorian back in 2019.
Oh, right.
And we know that this hurricane caused total destruction
Wow.
of all 88 condos.
All of them.
All of them. And even more than that, like the whole island
Yeah.
didn't even have power until December of 2020.
So like over a year later.
Over a year later, yeah.
It's hard to imagine
It's hard to imagine.
the amount of damage.
Yeah.
Not just for, the people who had maybe planned a vacation and
Yeah.
were looking forward to, their dream getaway,
Right, right.
but also for the people who live there.
Yes.
Like what about the local community, their
Yeah.
livelihoods, their homes,
Right.
their sense of place, like everything
Everything.
was just completely turned upside down.
Absolutely. And yet,
And yet
they reopened.
they did.
Yeah. Partially in 2021,
That's incredible.
which was like the only
Wow.
resort operating on the whole island at that time.
So can you imagine that?
Like a beacon of hope
A beacon of hope.
for the whole island.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then by late 2023, they were fully operational again.
Oh, wow.
It's not just a comeback story for the resort,
Right.
but for the whole community,
It really makes you think about the impact, right,
Yeah.
of something like that
Right.
on the local economy.
It's economics of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, was the resort coming back?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a lifeline for the people who live there?
Yeah.
Or did it kind of create more of like a dependence,
Ooh.
on this one kind of high-end place?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
And even just thinking about the rebuilding process itself,
Yeah.
did that create opportunities, for local workers and businesses?
There's just like so many layers to this
Sarah.
that go way beyond, just reopening the doors. It's really fascinating.
It is. It makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, would you visit a place knowing its history,
Right.
knowing how, vulnerable it was,
Yeah.
something like that?
It's a good question.
Does that add something to the experience?
Yeah.
Knowing that the beauty you're seeing
Mm-hmm.
is something that was rebuilt,
Mm-hmm.
something that they reclaimed.
Yeah, and knowing too that they're still so focused on,
Right.
this idea of luxury.
Yeah.
Does that change maybe how we see the resort's role in that whole community?
Yeah. It's definitely food for thought,
Definitely.
for sure.